Hello everyone, my name is Amresh Selukka and I'm a graduate student in environmental engineering at the University of Kansas, and my topic of research is electrocoagulation and boron removal as a means of produced water treatment. So what is produced water and why are we interested in treating it? So when you extract oil in Kansas, 1 barrel of oil brings along with it 22 barrels of produced water. So what you're doing essentially is extracting water from the earth's surface and then skimming the oil off the top. So what can this produced water be used for? 99% of this produced water is unsuitable for direct irrigation. So we have to treat it to use it. And if you don't want to train it, what is a disposal method which is being used currently is subsurface injection. So it is injected into rock formation below the earth's surface, but it along with it brings uh, an associated challenge of increased seismic risk. So it is being preferred less and less, and preferred treatment method for produced water due to its salinity is membrane treatment. While it also brings out the challenges for irrigation is the presence of boron. So the after even after treating produced water with membrane treatment, you get poor rejection of boron. Why is this important? Because plants can be uh, highly sensitive to boron. So if you're growing something like lemon and blackberry, your concentration of boron should be less than 0.5 milligrams per liter, while something like cotton and asparagus are much more tolerant. So what is the boron removal approach? Since treatment of produced water is essential due to salinity by membrane treatment, one approach is to use specialized techniques for boron removal, such as ion exchange resins or other post-treatment methods, but these would be cost inhibitive for produced water. Another approach which we are going with is electrocoagulation, which is integrated with the pre-treatment steps necessary for the membrane treatment. So what is electrocoagulation? Electrocoagulation is the electrolytic oxidation of anode to produce a coagulant. So what you're doing is instead of adding the coagulant chemically, you're just generating the coagulant in situ. It has advantages of low solar production, while you need to replace the sacrificial anode, and sometimes the passivation might reduce efficiency, and it is a pH sensitive process. So this is the experimental setup which we use, which was a 150 ml beaker. We had an aluminum anode and a carbon cathode. We had a stirrer and we had an adjustable DC source as a power source. And aluminum was oxidized into aluminum ions, and it generated aluminum hydroxide coagulant on which boron was adsorbed. So based on previous work, we found out the optimal current and pH value for this was 0.5 amperes and pH value was 8. And in the part B of this figure, you can see chemical coagulation is much less efficient at boron removal rather than electrocoagulation at same aluminum dosings. So how does presence of divalents affect boron removal? So in produced water, it's not just boron and salinity. You have other divalents as well. So when calcium is present, it is enhancing your boron removal efficiency, and while magnesium is present, it is causing a reduction in boron removal efficiency. And the reason for this is for now ascertained as its deviation from the optimal pH of 8. At the pH of 8, boron removal is the most, and since from the green line you can see calcium stays the closest to pH 8, the removal efficiency is much more, while when it has magnesium it is straying much more from pH of 8. And one more interesting thing with magnesium is the presence of magnesium is causing a drop in the pH over the experimental time. What could be one reason could be for this is the preferential removal of magnesium from the solution. Uh, the current theory is the uh, magnesium is precipitating from the solution and it is transitioning into the solid phase, and that is causing a decrease in the pH, and that can be seen from this graph. So is just magnesium the only thing that's causing the change in the boron removal? Possibly not, because the types of solid formed, which was previously thought was just a function of current, is also a function of the type of solids present. So when it's just the individual cations that are present, we're getting a powdery fluffy mask which doesn't settle very easily, as seen from the barium plus B mix, barium plus boron solution. And when it's present in a mixture of the Douglas County composition of 30,000 milligrams per liter, it is forming powdery, quick settling solids, and these might also have an effect on the boron removal. So what is the current work in progress? Current work in progress is a life cycle assessment comparison of conventional pretreatment and electrocoagulation pretreatment, and we're trying to see on based on life cycle which is causing more impacts to the environment, not just material costs. Thank you.